Okay, welcome back to our third part in a four-part series of our 4 operations with fractions. In this video, we're going to be focusing on addition now. Addition and subtraction do start to become a little bit more complicated. Hopefully we can really help you through it. And by the end of this video, you'll have a bit of an understanding of how to work them out. So let's jump on in and give some of them a go. So our first one's going to be quite simple. It is just going to be 2 eighths plus 3 eighths. Now, the key thing you're really looking for in addition and subtraction of fractions is this denominator here. You have to make sure that that denominator is the same value. Okay, there's no point trying to add fifths to thirds. You just can't do it. It has to have the same denominator if you're going to be adding or subtracting fractions. And in this case, we can already do it because we know that they're both 8. So because we know they're both 8, our answer is going to have 8 as its denominator. From there, 2 plus 3, very easy. We can just do that. We know that is 5. So 2 eighths plus 3 eighths is 5 eighths. Let's try something a little bit more complicated where we have to change the denominator and see how we go. Okay, so 1/2 plus 1/3. Well, we can't add halves and thirds. They just don't work out. So we need to find a denominator. Now, the easiest thing to do in this situation is find our lowest common multiple. And the lowest common multiple of 2 and 3 we know is actually 6. And it's very easy to find it out in this case because we can just multiply 2 times 3 and that will give us 6. It works now, but eventually you'll get to some bigger numbers and you'll want to find it an easier way to do it. But for this case, let's just go with 2 times 6. So if we know that our lowest common multiple is 6, in order to get 2 to 6, we have to multiply by 3. Now remember, what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So we have to multiply this by 3. So 1/2 becomes 3/6. That's our first stage, and we know that that is an equivalent fraction. Now, to get 3 to 6, we have to multiply that by 2. But remember, with fractions, what you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. Multiply by 2 as well. So 1/3 times 2 times 2 becomes 2/6. Well, now all of a sudden, 3/6 plus 2/6. We have that same denominator again. So we can now add those together. And with the same denominator of 6, 3 plus 2 is simply 5. Therefore, 1/2 plus 1/3 equals 5/6. That's really the key point in all of this. Find a common denominator and then add the numerators. Remember, what you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. Hopefully this helped. If you've got any questions, please ask in class.